Let's do some more comparable comparisons. Comparable comparisons. Hello and what is going on, guys? So welcome back to the channel. My name is Miguel and today we're going to be reviewing the CRKT. I know you can reverse flick this guy. It's not the most comfortable way, but it is possible. I just did it a second ago. Oh my goodness. Today we're doing the review on the CRKT Piet. So it is actually pronounced Piet. This is the CRKT Piet. I know it's spelled oddly there, P-I-E-T, but it's pronounced Piet. This is a Jesper Boxness design out of Denmark. And yeah, we're gonna be we're gonna be reviewing this guy today. Very excited to bring to you guys some feedback, share with you guys all of my impressions about this guy, making sure that you guys get a good feel for what this little EDC is all about. It is gonna be on the smaller size. This guy's gonna have a thumb hole, right? So that's the slow opening right there. Look at that slow opening. Or you could, I guess if you get real good at it really fast, there you go. If you do like a sideways motion right there, you could deploy it very quickly. I'm trying to get that. There you go, just like that, right? So what are we dealing with this guy? So we have some glass reinforced nylon GRN type of scales for this guy. They're in black. They have this like orange peel type of pattern to it, you know, kind of like drywall in your house type of like ruggedness. It helps with the grip quite a bit, especially being GRN, right? Glass reinforced nylon. This guy is a liner lock, right? So yep, liner lock right there. Part of the liner also helps lock the blade in place like that. Okay, and then as far as the blade, right, this is going to be stainless steel ACR 18 MOV. Should have a decent corrosion resistance and should be very easy or decently easy to sharpen. We compared it recently to the Civivi Centilla. The review for this guy is also live on the channel. Check out the description, right, and the cards right here on the top right if you want to check that out. All right, let's do some size comparisons. There it is next to the Para 3. Here is the PM2, and keep in mind comparing it to these knives, because these are the standard comparison knives in the channel, right? Definitely a lot smaller than both of these. Smaller than the Para 3 and definitely smaller than the PM2 for sure. Let's check out the AD 20.5 Denko brothers right here. We have the drop point blade, and here is the shark's foot blade right there for your comparison, right? Let me know. Also, let me know if you like the zoomed in angle right here, right? Typically, I keep it one angle throughout the whole video, but if you guys like this zoomed in angle more, definitely let me know in the comments. This guy is going to be way smaller than obviously both of the Demco AD 20.5s, but again, just comparing them there for consistency purposes, since that's what we compare them to every single time we do a review. Also comparing them to the Senka brothers here. Here is the Crawley right there at the top. That's a obviously much larger, medium to larger knife. So is the Saxy. So the Piet, CRKT Piet, is going to be smaller, of course. And then last but not least, let's compare it to the Wrap Model 1. Right, there's the Wrap Model 1 and here's the Wrap Model 2. I want to say even the Wrap Model 2, which is this smaller brother, this guy right here, even the Piet is smaller than that, right? Definitely smaller than the Model 2. And yeah, let's not even compare it to the Model 1 because this thing is on a whole different category. I'm yet to find a knife in my whole collection as of the moment that is bigger than the Wrap Model 1. That's how big this guy is right here. Let's do some more comparable comparisons. Comparable comparisons. Here it is next to the Civivi Centilla, right? It is definitely very comparable to that guy. And I know it's not necessarily as small as the Elementum, but the Elementum is probably the next smaller knife, you know, smaller to medium knife there, runner-up in my collection. So there's a good comparison right there for you. Let's do a quick folded profile right there, right? Once it's folded in your pocket, right, compared to the Elementum, right, it's going to be a little bit thicker than the Elementum, but not by much. Definitely a lot slimmer than the Centilla. Centilla there, it's a lot wider. Comparing it to, we're kind of going in reverse order here, right? So comparing it to the Ontario brothers, the Ontario Wrap Model 1, that one's gonna be way wider, but it definitely compares to maybe a little bit wider than the Wrap Model 2 down here. Next to the Sencut brothers, right? The Saxy, which is this guy here, is going to be a little bit wider. The Crawley is going to be the more comparable one of the two right there, right, on the width. All right, here are the Demko brothers, and there you go, guys. See it for yourself. Yep, definitely much slimmer, much narrower than the Demko 80-20.5s, regardless of the blade shape. And here we are with the Spyderco. Spydercos are always going to be the thicker ones to, you know, compare them to because of the Spidey hole, right? That circle hole, that's very unique, very specific to Spyderco. That's going to make them a lot wider. And the Piet right here, right? I mean, even with the thumb hole, right? The thumb hole, it's still very slim compared to these other guys. All right, while we're here, let's do a quick profile right here. It is carry profile. It is probably just as thick as the PM2 compared to the Para 3 right there. Yeah, very comparable, about the same. Comparing it to the Demko brothers, right? The Demkos are 80-20.5, or especially on this Scrivery FRN, are going to be a little bit slimmer. You can see it there for yourself. Next to the Sencut Saxy, all right, the Saxy is going to be a little bit thicker. Next to the Crawley, right? The Crawley is also going to be a little bit thicker. Next to the Ontario Wrap Model 1. Yeah, this guy is just going to be way thicker for sure. And next to the Ontario Wrap Model 2, it's more comparable to the Wrap Model 2, no doubt about that. And the Piet might be a hair thicker than the Wrap Model 2. Next to the Elementum right there, all right, might be a little bit thicker than the Elementum, just a hair. And here it is next to the Centilla. Here it is next to the Centilla. Take a look. All right, probably about the same thickness right there. Yeah, same thickness as the Centilla. All right, let's talk the experience on this guy, right? So of course you have only one deployment option and one deployment option only on this guy. You have no flipper, no button. So this thumb hole here is your only option. So you could either open it like that with a quick open, right? Or you could take it slow, right? And just gonna enjoy the opening right there with the thumb hole. But yeah, that thumb hole is going to be your only deployment option on this guy, which, you know, is going to be a letdown for me personally. Now, if you're really into thumb holes, that's fine, but I kind of would have liked some other type of deployment option. And you're probably thinking, okay, Miguel, well, you can probably reverse flick this guy. Well, actually you cannot, right? Because you see the indentation that you have on this side is completely missing on the other side, right? So that indentation there, which helps you do the thumb deployment on the right hand, right? If you were left-handed, right? I know they have the reverse pocket clip, which is very nice, and they have that for left-handed people. But if you're left-handed, I mean, how are you possibly, I mean, you're really gonna struggle a lot to get that working the same way that you do on the other side. I mean, how much more difficult would it have been to make an indentation? Like, how much more difficult would it have been to make the same indentation on this end? And I know you're probably thinking, okay, well, Miguel, it gets in the way of the liner lock, right? Well, maybe make the liner lock a little bit indented as well, you know, kind of play around with the design a little bit. But hey, you know, I'm not a knife designer, although maybe one day I will, who knows, right? I always dream about being one. We'll see. But that being said, that's probably my only gripe with this guy. Yeah, that's probably my only gripe right now, is the fact that, yeah, the reverse opening right here on this guy, it's very, very sketchy. Yeah, it's not even. It is so unpredictable. It works sometimes it doesn't work. Yeah, that's not happening at all whatsoever. So again, you got glass reinforced nylon GRN handles here, right, in this nice grippy pattern, and the blade is going to be a drop point. right? Drop point blade, ACR 18 MOV, stainless steel, very corrosion or somewhat decent corrosion resistance, and it should be nice to sharpen when the time comes. It is on this satin finish, and as you can see with the thumb opening back and forth, this is going to be a fingerprint magnet for sure. All your fingerprints are going to be there constantly, so you're going to have to give it a wipe down every once in a while, at least every time you use it. And you do have this back spacer right here, right? So this back spacer in the back. Back spacer in the back. Wow, fancy talk today. You have it in blue here, like aluminum blue looking, so that kind of gives it a nice accent right there. If you're into that, lanyard hole, right? You got a big one right there in the back, right? Which can be accessible from both sides, so that's very nice as well. The pocket clip is going to be very deep carry, which is very nice also, right? So the entire knife should be able to tuck away when you put it in your pocket, which is very nice. All right, so you can see right there, no portion of the knife should be showing, right, when you have these pocket clip right here, very similar to the scintilla, right? So I want to say, yeah, about the same length, right? And it gets the job done. It hides the knife very nice and discreet in the pocket. So in conclusion, guys, this is a nice little EDC for around $30. Typically goes on sale around $29.95 or so. I got this guy on special at Blade HQ for around $15, right, during the holidays. So you often find some specials like that out there, some sales or special events like that, where you can get it at a deep discount. I think full price is around $35 also. Make sure to check out the links in the description. They do help out the channel at no extra cost to you. But yeah, overall, if you're looking for that small factor, right, the conclusion is going to be very similar to the one from the Civivi Scintilla, right? If you're looking for a small factor knife, right, probably a good secondary. If you're already carrying, let's say, a medium to larger knife as a primary, maybe you're looking for a specific smaller knife as a secondary, right? You definitely cannot go wrong with the CRKT Piet. That is definitely my recommendation right there, guys. Make sure to check it out. Let me know if I missed anything during the review, right, guys? Let me know if there was anything specific that I missed that you would have loved to have seen during the review. If you have any specific questions, also let me know in the comments. I'll be happy to answer those for you as well. And anything you'd like to see in future reviews, let me know. By the way, guys, if you made it this far, you guys are the real MVPs. There's a possibility by the time you're done watching this video that the review for the Sencut Saxi is live in the channel. This is a solid and very fidgety EDC. I'll put a card right here if that review is ready to go, so you guys can watch that next. Thank you guys for checking out the video here, making it this far. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.